Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on the 9th Tirumurai, 6th Tirupathikam and verse number 3. The verse goes this way, Tiruchitrambalam. ninaikkum nirantharaney என்னும் நீலாகோல செஞ்சடை கங்கை நீர் நனைக்கும் நலம் கிளர் கொன்றை மேல் நாயம் பேசும் நன்னுதல் நங்கை மீர் மனக்கின்பவள்ள மலை மகள் மணவாள நம்பிவன் சார்ந்தயூர் தனக்கின்பன் நாவடு தன்துறை தருணிந்து சேகரனே என்னுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Today's verse, again it resonates the similarity with the earlier two verses as well. A girl who fell in love with Lord Shiva is going through a little bit of a suffering due to the love feeling, and her mum is mumbling in front of Lord Shiva about her state. This verse is also resonating the same information or the same feeling rather. In this, she also talks a lot about the most important concept in Saiva Siddhantam, which is called as Diksha. This particular girl who fell in love with Lord Shiva is expecting, basically we know when we fall in love with someone, 24/7, not even a split second we would forget the other person. We would always be thinking of this person, or we will be mentally living with this person. Now let's do a self-analysis. Are we in that state with Lord Shiva? If we imagine, are we able to submit ourselves to that extent and always keep thinking about Lord Shiva? If our answer is yes, honest answer is yes, then I think we can always say that, okay, I've already proceeded to the first step in my spiritual journey. But unfortunately, most of us would say no, because we do have our daily chores to take care of. So sometimes we do think about Lord Shiva only during puja. After that, we seldom think about him because of our materialistic commitments that we are having around us. This particular girl who's being spoken about in this particular verse is thinking about Lord Shiva 24/7. Always, immaterial of what is happening, she's always thinking about him. So Lord Shiva is giving her the happiness that she's supposed to get. Now the happiness comes in the form of Diksha. In this, they are using an analogy for the Diksha, which is called as a flower, Kondrai. Kondrai is a very auspicious flower in Shiv Puja. We often try to use that when we are performing our puja because it symbolizes the 5-letter syllable. Not only that, it also represents in the 5 actions of Lord Shiva, this represents the beginning of the entire world, as in we all know Lord Shiva is not only a destructor. He is the one who creates, he is the one who sustains, he is the one who destroys. So Kondrai is a symbolized representation of creation. Chandran, which is basically the moon, the crescent that Lord Shiva is having on his hair, is a representation of sustenance. Ganges, which is represented, the representation of Ganges must be interpreted as destruction. So Lord Shiva's hair has got the crescent, Ganges, as well as this Kondrai flower, which represents his entire beautiful hair dressing is performing all the 3 actions that we are able to see around us as of today: creation, sustenance, as well as destruction. This kind of a beautiful appearance is there with Lord Shiva, and the mum here talks about as if my daughter has fallen in love with this particular person who lives in Thiruvavaduthurai, and I really don't know why Lord Shiva has not reciprocated with the love that she's having on him. Such a lovely verse. It's a very good information for us, very good lesson for us to resonate on the information. We have to start doing a self-analysis to see if we are already there in this path. Have you fallen in love with Lord Shiva? Are we able to 24/7 without even a split second of a deviation? Are we able to think about him? If yes, he will come down and he will give us his kondrai flower in the form of the 5-letter syllable mantra, in the form of Diksha. That is what today's verse is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama, Tiruchitrambalam.